G'day guys, how are ya? I'm Iski, welcome to my YouTube video. And it's a bit wet today. It's pretty wet outside, although the sun just did kind of make an appearance just now. So I'm staying inside looking for stuff to do. And I thought to myself, hey, let's make a video. And this is what we're going to make a video about. And it's not this thing, although I did find this at the dump. I found that draped over a lounge chair. And I brought it home and cleaned it up, and it's just been sitting on the side. And I'm using it to cover up what we're going to make this video about. So let's get into it. Let me show you what this video is going to be about. Ta-da! There you go. Look at all these Dyson vacuum cleaners. I'm making a vacuum cleaner video. Awesome. But yeah, so I'll tell you a bit about these. I don't know too much about them, to be honest with you, but it was about 12 months ago I saw my very first one of these kind of handheld vacuum cleaners, battery powered, and it was a Dyson, and I was like, man, that's really cool. I wouldn't mind one of those. And then I saw the price and I'm like, $1,000. That's how much they were. Like, they retailed at $1,000. I think you can pick up this one here, which is a V8 model, for I think it was $800, something like that. But I was like, it's just a luxury. I'm happy with my corded vacuum cleaner. But the thing is, I always kept an eye out at, you know, all the facilities that I went to, the different dumps and stuff like that. I was always looking in the bins. And all of a sudden, I started finding them. Probably 6 months ago, I found my first one. I think I found a couple of these ones down here, which are, I think they're the model DC34. And I brought them home, and I did get a power adapter with one of them. And it was busted, so it wouldn't actually charge. So I wasn't sure whether the actual unit worked or not. But the thing is, I didn't find any of the attachments or the wand, so it didn't matter. I wasn't going to go out and buy a power adapter just to see if it worked, because I couldn't use it anyway. But then I started finding more, and I think the next one I found was this one, which is, I think, is a DC35, and I still didn't have a battery pack. And then I found this one here, which is a V6, a Dyson V6 Slim, it says on here. Now, that one had the wand and it had the attachment, but it didn't have the plug-in thing. And I think that, yeah, so this one here, the power adapter is different to these ones here. It sucks. They kind of make them different so that you can't use them with different models. That really shits me. So I didn't have the power brick for that, the adapter for that to power up the battery, so I just left it. But hey, listen, all of a sudden in the last, I'd say 2 months maybe, I started finding these V8s, which are the ones that you really want. I mean, I think they're up to V10 or V11, I'm not sure. But I prefer these ones. I mean, I think the V10, they just get a little bit bigger in volume, and the capacity of the actual, the dustbin, or whatever you call the container here. I think they're just a little bit bigger. But they kind of, yeah, there's certain things about those newer models that you don't really want, and I'll explain that a bit later in this video. But yeah, I started finding the V8s, and I think I found this one here, but I didn't have the power brick. I couldn't charge it up. And I found this one down here as well, and I didn't have the power brick, so I couldn't use it. So it's really, really frustrating. I'm collecting all of this basic junk, to be honest with you, and I'm storing it for the day that I can kind of get them charged up and use them. And yeah, so I had them all. They've just been lying around for a while. But 2 weeks ago, I hit the jackpot, and I found this one here. I found this one here in a bin, okay? And the bin was about, would have been easy, almost 2 meters deep. It would have been probably 1.5 to 1.7 meters, almost. It would have come up to about here on me, this bin. And it was pretty empty. But when they put this in, it was standing up, it was kind of leaned up against the side, so I grabbed it, got it out of there, and I'm like, excellent, it's got the wand, and it's got the attachment at the end. But then I looked at the bottom of the bin, and that's when I got really excited. because I found everything. Look at this. In fact, well, these are the attachments for this. This here are the attachments for that. But they were at the bottom of the bin. They were right down the bottom, and I'm like, oh man, I've got to get those. So I'm kind of in the bin with my legs in the air, kind of trying to reach these attachments. I went back 6 times doing that, and I got all of this stuff. Hang on, I'll come and get you. Check this out. So I found all of this stuff in the bin. I got everything. I've looked at the, you know, what you get with the V8, and I have everything, including this thing, which is the actual wall mount. So I can wall mount that. So I'll put that on the wall. We'll do that in this video. But look at this. This is for wooden floors and tiles and so forth. There's like hand attachments. I don't know what this is, so if anyone can tell me what that is, please leave a comment below, because I wouldn't have a clue. It kind of bends around and does all this weird stuff, so I had a mate over and he couldn't even work it out. But yeah, I found all of that stuff. How cool is that? I'll put you back. Okay, so yeah, I found all of that cool stuff, and better still, guess what else I found? I found the actual power adapter for it as well. So I was like, yes! I came home, plugged it in, hoping that it would charge and that I could use it. Got my finger on the trigger, pulled the trigger. It was beautiful. I was stoked. I was so happy. And anyway, I started vacuuming, and I was enjoying it for the first time in my life. I was having a great time vacuuming. It was awesome. And I vacuumed for probably 3 to 4 minutes, and then it just died. It just died in the arse. And anyway, I charged this one here. This is a V8 as well, so I had the power adapter, so I charged that one. It charged. Same deal. The battery died within, you know, minutes, basically. This is another V8, and I charged that. I tried to charge it, but yeah, it was just dead. The battery, I'm hoping it's the battery is just completely dead. I didn't get anything. It's no signs of life, so I'm just hoping it's the battery. But yeah, so the thing is, people are throwing all of these things away mainly because of the batteries. They couldn't be bothered going out and buying new batteries and sticking new batteries in. That's nuts. I can't understand why people are so lazy. Just jump on eBay, you pick up a battery for 60 bucks. Or you do what I'm doing. I'm going to show you today in this video. We're going to turn this into a super Dyson. Like, the battery will never die on this Dyson. Because yeah, I've jumped on Google and I did some research into these things, and I was looking at what else you can do to them to make them kind of soup them up a bit. And I found 2 really cool things. And I went out, I didn't go out, I actually bought some stuff. Hang on, I'll come and get you again. I bought some stuff online, got it on eBay, and those things came, that one there came yesterday, and that one there came the day before. And that's what these videos are going to be about. We are going to kind of try and get one of these, or even 2. I want to keep 2 of these. I want one for upstairs and one for downstairs. And I want to stick them on the wall and make them look really pretty, and make them so that you can use them for hours if you want to use them for hours. And that's what these things are going to come in handy for, at least that box there. So let's kind of make a date. I'll meet you in about 2 seconds in my corset shop up there on the table, and we'll get into it. Okay, so here we go. We're in the corset shop and the lighting's a lot better. So let's start with this box here, okay? So one of the first things that kind of hit me when I got all of this stuff home was, well, where do you put it all? There's like 12 different attachments for each vacuum cleaner. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of attachments for a start. But I did a bit of research, right? And I came up with this cool kind of thing, and I'll show you that now. We're about to open it. But basically, the whole idea with these vacuum cleaners, as most of you already know, is this gets screwed onto the wall. This is your wall mount. Basically, stick it in there, and it charges away until you want to use it next. Right, so let's just kind of take that out, stick that back down there. The cool part about this wall mount is that you can actually put attachments in it. You can put one here and you can put another one here, but it's only got enough attachments for like two of these things. So yeah, that's crazy. What do you do with the other 10? So I did a bit of investigating and I came up with this thing. So let's open this thing up. Let me just bring you down here. All right, cool. Get my razor blade and I'll open this up. I think I paid I think $21 or $22 for this. I just got it on eBay. And I don't know, listen, I won't show you. I'll show you this camera because it's closer. There you go. You might get the idea. So these two red ones plug into our wall mount, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have enough for 9 attachments. So that's going to, use up most of them, I think. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So let me just quickly open that up. I'll just set you here. Let's have a look. So it's pretty easy packaging. So let's just pull that out. That is cool. That is cool. On this channel, sometimes I do a bit of 3D printing. If we have a look over there, you can see my 3D printer. There's one over there, and there is another one over here. And you can actually, and I was going to do this, I was actually going to 3D print one of these. And because on Thingiverse, there's actually an STL file that allows you to print this on your 3D printer. And I thought, cool, let's just do that. But then I discovered they actually sell them on eBay for $21. And I'm thinking, man, that would take the better part of a day to print that, as well as the cost of the filament. Let's just buy it. So anyway, let's, what are you seeing? Are you seeing that? Okay, let me just move that out of the way. Let's grab this wall mount and stick that in, see if it works. What the hell? That's not... Wow, hang on a second. Why isn't that going in? Look at that. It's not fitting. It's not fitting. Why? Ah, look at that. If we have a look on the bottom side, we have some screws there. So those screws, they're not actually screws. They're like Torx bit screws. They're not Phillips heads, but you can adjust them. So if we actually undo that one and undo that one, we can actually move them together a little bit closer. Listen, I'm going to do that a little bit later after we've finished opening that other box, I think. But yeah, so that's crazy. I got a bit of a shock when I saw that. I thought, oh, well, that's stuffed my video. But no, we're right. We're right. So you can see the whole idea. Basically, we just want to plug that into there, and then we can populate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of these placeholders with all of these attachments. So that's a really cool thing. But yeah, I don't actually have my Torx bits with me. In fact, listen, I can edit this video. I forgot. I'm pretty smart. I'm going to go and get a Torx bit and kind of open that. I don't know if it's a Torx or an Allen key. Do they actually give you an Allen key in this thing? Oh, they do! Look at that! I didn't even look in the box. They give you an Allen key. How cool is that? Okay, I'll just show you. All right, so we've got this Allen key and a couple of screws. I'm not sure why you need screws unless you're screwing it to a wall. Maybe that's in case you just want to screw it to a wall instead of kind of attaching it to this wall mount. But okay, that's good. All right, so I got my Allen key. Just undo that. Just undo that one. just enough to slide it. Okay, so let's just plug that in there. I'm going to do it on the ground, on the table. There we go, it's plugged in. Now that it's in there like that, I'm just going to turn it over and tighten them up. There you go, look at that. How good is that? Just get that camera. Awesome, let's plug some stuff in. In fact, no, let's not plug some stuff in right now. Maybe I'll do that at the end of this video. So you can see that, that's so cool. Now I can actually put a bunch of other things here. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but I'll do a couple. Ugh. Where would this one go? This is a big one. I'm not sure. Maybe, look at that, even that one fits. Well, I didn't put it in properly. I think the spring in, oh, there you go. How good is that? Okay, awesome. All right, so that's what was in the first box. We'll be putting this all together on the wall pretty soon. So let's sit this over here. Okay, all right, so you might remember I was saying just before that I'm going to turn these things into a super unit. I don't want these to ever run out of batteries, basically. So what have I got? I did a bit of research as well, and this is another thing that you can 3D print, by the way. Let me just sit you back up here. Okay. Okay, so what's in box 2? Well, you might remember down in my cinema on the carpet when we started this video, I said I wanted to turn one of these V8 Dysons into a super vacuum cleaner. So basically, so it doesn't run out of power, because I'm sick of this running out of power after 2 minutes. And I know it's doing that because these batteries are completely dead and need to be replaced anyway. But I did some research, and it turns out, like, these have a low setting and a high setting. And on the low setting, if you're using one of these power attachments, see they need power to spin, you will only get 33 minutes of use with it, which isn't too bad. That's actually not bad at all. But yeah, I want to use my machine, my vacuum cleaner, on high power. Turns out you only get 9 minutes. And that's just not kosher. I want to use it for longer than 9 minutes. And I know these things are probably not meant to vacuum your whole house, but I want to vacuum my whole house. So I came up with a solution, and I'll show you now. Basically, if you have yourself a cordless tool, drill, this is a Milwaukee drill. You can do the same thing with a DeWalt. I think you can do it with a Ryobi, I'm not sure, but you can do it with quite a few different brands. What you can do is you can actually buy yourself a battery adapter. So the whole idea is to remove your existing dead battery, whack in this battery adapter, and then you can use your V8, V7 or V6 with a much larger battery. And I've seen reports where people are saying that they just use them for hours and hours and they just keep going. But yeah, I think you have to be a little bit careful, right? You have to be careful not to use it too much. Otherwise, I mean, these motors aren't that big. You'll probably burn the motor out. So be careful if you're going to do it. It's not so much of a problem for me because I've actually got spares. So that's actually really cool. But yeah, I remember I just said V6, V7 and V8. Well, I think they're the only ones that you can do it with, right? In my cinema earlier on, I said the V8 is the one that I want. I didn't want the newer V10 and the newer V11, and there's a good reason for that. I don't think they make these adapters for the later models. And I'm pretty sure they don't do that because the batteries on the later models, the V10 and the V11, they have like on-screen displays. So that's got something to do with it. So yeah, unfortunately, you can't do it with the V10 and V11, just the earlier models. V6, V7 and V8. I'm pretty sure they're the only ones. Don't quote me. So that's what we're going to do now. Let's start by actually opening this up and having a quick look. Okay, let me just bring you down here. Cool, all right. Let's just... Okay, I think this cost me, what did I pay for this? I think this was $32. So this cost $32 and that attachment holder cost $22. So we're looking at $54. Here we go. Let's just pull that out. Look at that. There you go. It's even got the charging indicators on the side. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so basically this here should fit that battery. Let's try that out. Let's actually plug it in. So this Milwaukee should actually, is it going to go in? What the hell? They've sent me the wrong battery. They have sent me the wrong battery. It says MT18V8. Why is that not going in? They've sent me the wrong battery. This has ruined my video. Okay, give me 2 shakes. Let me see what's going on. Yep, they've sent me the wrong battery. Those idiots. This is a Makita. They've sent me a Makita one. Okay, so you can do it with a Makita battery as well. In fact, guess what? I think I've got a Makita battery. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I had to do a bit of research as well. I had a look at my purchase history on eBay and I did order the right one. So they've sent me the wrong battery adapter, which sucks. It's completely screwed my video up. I wish I had opened it up before I started this video now. But can you see this drill? Can you see this battery here? I found this at the dump years and years and years and years ago. It's one of the first things I ever found. I've never used it because I don't have a battery charger for a Makita, and plus this drill isn't working that great anyway. But the battery still works. Well, it's kind of got a bit of charge in it. I'm pretty impressed. That's like years old. It hasn't been charged for probably 6 years. So I guess we could probably just try it out with this. So listen, I'm just going to plug this in, see if that, look at that, beautiful. Oh man. Okay, all right. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I can't finish my video. I'll finish it off in 2 seconds for you, but it's going to be about 2 weeks for me because I have to tell them to send the right one. Okay, anyway, I'll be back in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. I'm back, and that took 3 weeks, you know, to get another one sent out and the other one shipped off. Anyway, hopefully this one in this box here is the Milwaukee. So let's just kind of get into it and finish this video. All right, so let's open her up. What are you seeing? Can you see what I'm doing? All right. Man, this better be a Milwaukee. Don't destroy the box. That's what I've learnt so far. This is a Makita as well. Oh no, it says Milwaukee. Oh man, that looks like it doesn't. Honestly, listen, have a look at that. That there does not look like it fits that battery there, right? Anyway, let's let me just quickly see if this will fit in. Oh, thank you. Oh man, I thought I was up for another 3-week wait. Okay, so okay, there you go, guys. There you go. We have our Milwaukee adapter. We have our battery plugged in. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so let's grab our unit and pull out the old battery. Now this unit here that I've got the bit of sticky tape and the label on, I'll just stick that probably there for the time being. That's just to identify that this is the one that I've pulled out of the bin with all of these extras. So with a V8, apparently it's pretty easy to pull the old battery out. Basically, there is a screw up here. I have to undo that screw, as well as there is a screw there and a screw there. So 3 screws, and we're, you know, apple pie. So I'm just going to undo this one. Okay, I think that's the first one. Yep. I mean, regardless, you know, whether you want to put a battery adapter with a bigger battery or not, this is a pretty easy process. I mean, you just jump on eBay and buy a battery for, you know, $60 or whatever, and you're golden, you know. It's 3 screws. Why don't people do that? But anyway, stop complaining. One thing that I have noticed, I did notice one guy on YouTube who said that when he bought one of the Amazon batteries, which would be exactly the same as the eBay batteries, he said it lasted like 2 months. So, and the other thing is, I think the original batteries, if you want to buy them through Dyson, in Australia it cost about $150. Does that sound right? Maybe. But yeah, I read that somewhere. But okay, let's see. Can we pull this out? Let me just... Oh, there you go. Just going to lay that down there. Let's have a quick look at this. Let's flip that over. There you go. There we go. So let me just put that there. Oh, this is going to work. You see, one of the things that I was concerned about doing this whole process was with this battery adapter like this, I thought it was shorter. You can see that's longer and that's shorter, but no, it's actually got the same length of backing to it. I was scared that maybe this would not fit in my wall mount. You know how you have to kind of put it in the wall mount? Obviously I'm going to have to take this battery off. We'll be checking that out a bit later, so stay tuned. But okay, so that looks great. That looks great. Let's plug this in here. How does that go? How did it go? Maybe it's that way, is it? Oh, it is that way. Oh, maybe it won't fit in that wall mount because it's the other way around. Well, we'll soon find out. Bloody better. Okay, so now I'm going to put the screws back in. They're just Phillips heads. All right. Ooh, looking good. Looking good. Okay, so I haven't pulled the trigger yet. So that's our old battery. Now this battery here, I'm pretty sure these batteries are 4 amp batteries. I would have thought that that was plenty. But this battery that I've just, my Milwaukee battery that I've just put here is an 8 amp battery. I've got bigger ones, so we'll start off with this. Let's pull the trigger and see what happens. Okay, so I'm back. Sorry about that fade to black, but I had to do something. You might notice this is different because this one here has the bin, the dust bin on it. Now this one here was the one that I actually just put the battery adapter on, the new Milwaukee battery adapter on. See, it doesn't have the dust bin. And I I'm going to actually mention this in this video because it's kind of noteworthy. I'm not sure why, but if you hear this, see, it's working great. But when I tested it with this, I'll play a bit of the footage and listen to what happened. It started what I would call surging. Have a listen to this. Nice. Okay, that's not expected. Hear that? I don't know why that happened. I have no idea. But one thing that I did confirm just quickly was that this wasn't the original, vacuum head that I found in that bin that was working perfectly fine. And I do know that there was another one of these two that was surging. Now that surging is supposed to be an easy fix. There's a clog somewhere, but I don't know why it's working fine with the original battery. But when I tested it before, it wasn't working. But anyway, listen, I'm not sure. What I'm also going to do in this video is take this off and try it in this vacuum head here as well. Now this one has like no signs of life at all. I can't even charge the battery, so I'm hoping that it's a battery problem. I'll probably just write it on the screen right now and let you know if it works or not. But yeah, so that's an interesting kind of observation. So just, yeah, I've never heard of that when other people have been installing these, batteries, but it works great with this one, which is, I'm pretty sure, well, it has to be. This is the original one that I found in the bin, and it's working great. And can you see the power indicators coming up? I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And there's tons of battery power in them. Oh, wow, look at that. That's interesting. Look at this. So this 8 amp battery was actually fully charged. I mean, all the bars. In fact, for some reason, it's not registering all the bars on this 8 amp battery, the Milwaukee battery. And just before I started this part of the video, I looked at it and it was completely full. So let's pull this off and let's just have a look and see what happens. There's 1 bar on there. What the hell's that about? That's really weird. Has it just charged itself? I'm going to go and put this on charge just quickly, and I'm going to go and grab a 5 amp battery, and I know that the bars are okay on that. Let's go and grab that and test that out. Okay, I'm back again. Now, sorry, I didn't actually confirm that it had all the bars charged. What I did do was I put it on the charger and it had a green light, meaning it was fully charged. So either that charger is broken or there's something faulty with that battery, and that battery is literally brand new. So I don't know what's going on, but let's just try this. Have a look at this. We have ourselves a 5 amp battery, and you can see we have 5 bars. It's fully charged. I just pulled this off the charger. Let's actually pop this one on now and see what happens. Okay, let's have a look at the bars and see what... Oh, well, there you go. So that is actually full bars there. I hope that Milwaukee battery of mine's okay, because that's worth a fortune. I'm going to go and put it on another charger. I do have another charger. I'll check it out soon. But guys, that's looking bloody awesome. In fact, that's dropped down to another... I mean, this battery here, this battery that I'm using now is a little bit Oh no, this is one I found at the dump. Okay, so this could be very dodgy. I found this just recently. It's just dropped down to 3 bars. It was on full 4 before, but it's now on 3, and it's been on the charger for age. I'd just say that this battery's probably a bit stuffed, but that's okay. In fact, I'm going to go and put my battery on another charger, my 8 amp battery on another charger, and get that pumped up and see if it'll kind of work okay with this again. I'm not sure what that's all about. I apologize for this. But just in case it's got something to do with, you know, discharging itself because of this unit, it's probably, I can't see that that's the problem, but you just never know. Just in case other people out there might have a similar issue, I might even leave this in, okay? Hey, listen folks, this is literally 2 minutes or 1 minute since I just talked to you. This 8 amp battery, okay, so look at this. It's now working. I'm getting all the bars. I'm getting all the bars on that. I did plug it into that original charger that it was on, pulled it off, and it was still on 1 bar. So I thought maybe the charger was dead. So I put it on another one just very quickly, and it came up with the green light saying that the battery was charged. I pulled it off, I had a look at the indicators, and now they're all coming up again. What's that about? Alright, so I'm leaving this in the video because this is obviously fully charged, this battery. So let's plug it back into this unit and see what happens. I mean, the thing is, I don't want my battery to discharge so much, my brand new battery, that it actually, you know, dies, and that's what happens. You need a little bit of charge in these batteries, I'm pretty sure, to kick off the charging cycle, and if this kind of discharges too much, then that's like $300 down the drain. Alright, let's have a look what happens when I hit this. Alright, 4 bars. I'm going to pull the trigger. Okay, now let's have a look. Oh, we're still on 4 bars, so that's good. I'm a little concerned. I'm just going to... Let's have a look. Look at that. It's flashing on 1 bar. It's flashing on 1 bar. What the hell? Oh man. I'm kind of concerned about this. I mean, I don't want to... Let's pull this off. Let's pull this off and check it out again. 1 bar. This is staying in the video. This is staying in my video. Yeah, so... What do I do? What do I do? What am I going to do? Okay, so listen, I've got 3 units here. That one over there is surging. This one here, I know this one's just got no signs of life whatsoever. Let me just have a look. It's flashing again. In fact, I'll take you with me. Let's go and put this on charge because people need to see this. Okay. Alright. I don't know where I can put you though. Okay, so let's have a look again. So we got 1 flashing light. Let's actually just and have a look at the see this green indicator. Oh, sorry, this indicator. It's red when it needs charging. It's green when it's fully charged. There you go. It's green. It says it's fully charged. Now I have to put you over here because I can't pull that off with one hand. Let's have a look what happened. You can't get bars coming up when it's actually in the charger, so I'm just going to pull you out. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. It's fully charged again. Oh, man. Well, listen. I am a little concerned. I am a little concerned. But what I'm going to do, I'm going back into the corset shop, but what I'm going to do is just use it, see what happens. I mean, like I said, I don't want my battery to die and I lose a $300 battery. I think that's how much it cost me, although a mate of mine bought this for me because I did him some favours. But okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I mean, I've done a bit of research on doing this, what I'm doing and showing you now, and I have not heard of that happening. So that's why I'm a little concerned. So If you guys, if there's anybody out there that's done this and that's watching this video, maybe leave a comment down below and just tell me your experience. If that's happening with you, is it happening with any other kind of batteries? You know, Makita or you know, all the other ones, Ryobi, etc. But listen, just for now, what I'm going to do is plug this back in because it's obviously not discharged. So let's do it again. Let's have a look. Full battery. We're on one flashing bar. Bloody hell. Okay, so maybe that's just got, I don't know. Listen, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's supposed to be, in fact, here's an idea. Let's try this. Let's actually stick this back in the drill and see what happens when I put it in the drill. Is it going to communicate with it? Well, at the moment, look at that. I'm not getting anything. My drill's not working. Oh. My drill's not working. Has that actually done something to my battery? Oh man, if that's ruined my battery. I mean, it's working fine in here. It's just not working in my Makita tool anymore. I'm going to go and get another drill and just suss it out. I apologise, guys. I thought this would just be a very quick video. It should be over by now, but it's kind of turning into something that's kind of a need-to-know type of thing, I think. So I'm going to just roll with it. Now, okay, so that's the one I tried before. Let's pull this battery off. Nothing. It's dead. I've got one bar still. Nothing. It's dead. Okay, so this is what I think I'm going to do now. What I'm going to do is let's do it together. Okay, we'll go to the battery charger. We're going to put this back in and get full bars up. All right, and then we're going to go back out to my power tools and try it out. Okay, I'm just plugging this in. Okay, we've got a green light saying that it's beautiful. Let's take that out and have a look now. Look at that, we've got full bars again. Okay, now, if my drills don't go with this like this, we're in trouble. I've got a feeling maybe putting it in the battery charger is somehow resetting it. So that might just be something that I have to do if I want to use my Dyson with this battery. Okay, let's try this. Oh man, I was a little concerned there for a while. Now I'm not sure if this one, I'm pretty sure this skin is stuffed. Anyway, I was just grabbing and I found it at the dump, and this one might be stuffed as well. No, it's working. So, oh man, my battery's working. I've still got full bars. Okay, so that's the deal, I think. I'm just concerned. I am just concerned that it might discharge too much when I'm using the vacuum head, because remember, I still haven't put the wand on that has the power head on there yet, so that's going to draw more, current. So that's what I might do now. Give me 2 seconds. It's just sitting over here. Listen, I'm just going to risk it. I haven't heard anybody talking about these batteries, dying. So I've got the vacuum head here. So this here this should be turning once I put this battery in and pull the trigger. Okay, let's have a look. Can you see that? Awesome. So that's working. Well, we've got the battery indicator on our actual battery adapter. This here, that's working fine. I'll keep an eye on that. So basically the batteries are still charged, even though it is now, look, it's now telling me that it's on 1 bar. But all right, let's finish this video because, man, that took a long time to kind of troubleshoot. But I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be fine. I'll leave this in, like I keep saying. All of this stuff here, what do you think? What do you think we should do? You want to go and screw this to a wall and populate this thing and have a look at it in all its grand glory. Oh, that's what we were going to do. That's what we were going to do. Let's pull the battery out and see if this still fits in this. Because let's see if this will still... Oh, you're kidding. It doesn't fit. Shit. Man. Look at that. Hang on a second, let me see what you're looking at. It's too wide. It doesn't go in. Oh, fracking hell. So that's been a waste of money. Well, not really. I can always use this to hold all of my accessories together. But that's another thing that you can take away from this video, because I've never seen anybody else talking about that. That's really important. Just know that if you are going to go out and get yourself one of these battery adapters, that this here will not fit into your wall mount. That's, oh man, why aren't people saying that? Oh, I think I looked at just about every YouTube video of people doing this. And I can understand why people want to do like really short videos, but you'd think that somebody would have mentioned that. That won't fit in, so you cannot use this wall mount with your vacuum cleaner. Wow, okay. Alright. I did say that I wanted to have 2 vacuum cleaners, didn't I? So this one here is I'm just going to have to make a hook or something, and whenever I want to use it, just put the battery in and use it. But for now, what do you think? I'm going to go and put this on a wall anyway. I'm going to use one of these. In fact, I'm going to test this one out because this one's not working. I can't charge the battery. Hopefully it is going to work. I'm going to get one ready, and we'll stick a vacuum cleaner in here as well with all of that populated, and see what you think. I think it'll look pretty cool. It might just mean that I will have one that I've bought a replacement battery for, and I've got one that's a super vacuum cleaner. Yeah, okay. Anyway, it's not going to plan, guys. It's just not going to plan. It sucks. That's what happens when you do live YouTube videos. Anyway, it's for the best. At least people out there know about these things, all right? So let's get into it. I'm going to put this thing on the wall, populate it, make it look really cool, and maybe stick this one on and that wand, see what it looks like. Let's do it. Well, there you go, guys. All done. That's my souped up Dyson V8 vacuum cleaner with a Milwaukee battery. And yeah, so you're probably wondering, what do I think? Would I have bought this battery adapter had I known about those kind of dilemmas that we kind of worked through together before? Absolutely. I definitely would have bought that. I was never going to buy an original battery for $150. I think that's a good $34 spent. I think it's worth it. Like we worked through those issues with the battery, the bar going down to that single bar. Yeah, there's just a communication error, I think. It must need to communicate with the original Milwaukee tool to get a good reading of how much, battery capacity is still left. And with this Dyson, it just doesn't do that. So it's just always registering 1 bar. Now, one other thing that I did is I had a look in the box that this thing came with, that this thing came in, and I found this little leaflet, which really explains nothing. Well, it did. It explained one thing: that green LED light on the battery adapter itself. It isn't a step-down battery indicator, so it's not doesn't have 3 bars and steps down to 2 bars and then 1 bar. Apparently, reading this, it just says when the battery runs low, that green will turn to red. So hopefully that's going to indicate when my battery is basically flat and it's just ready to throw it back onto the charger. But honestly, I will never really be using it that long for it to go flat anyway. I did a bit of vacuuming here just before, and I think I vacuumed for probably about 15 minutes straight on high. And remember, I said before, I think it was 9 minutes is what you would normally get with a normal battery, the original battery. Well, I vacuumed for about 15 plus minutes. And what I did then was, once I finished, I actually pulled the battery out. I had to go to my original Milwaukee charger to kind of reset it so I could get a reading of the bars. It had dropped by 1 bar. So I could have vacuumed all day if I wanted, well, for a lot longer at least. Were there any issues with me vacuuming just now? I thought there may have been an issue, and that was with some surging. It started surging again. You know how it surges? But I think that might just be me. I don't know how to use these things. I don't know what, because I've never had a full battery. But what I did when it started surging is this dustbin was really full, like it was full. And I literally just took it outside, emptied it out, plugged it back in, and just kept vacuuming. It just started up and it just kept going, and it didn't surge at all. So it must be something that happens when, you guys could probably tell me, I don't know, because like I said, this is the first time I've had a full battery and I've been able to fill this sucker up. But yeah, once I emptied it, it just was perfect and it went great. So yeah, I'm happy with that. As for the accessories mount, what did you think of that? I mean, that was pretty cool. I could have done a little bit of a better job kind of populating it, but yeah, if you have a look at the eBay sites where you buy them from, or wherever you buy them from, you see some really cool photos of them, you know, looking glorious. And I kind of copied that to a degree. And in the end, I just kind of was sticking them wherever I wanted to, and it looked good. It looked really good. I stuck in one of my other power heads with this wand just to make it look cool, and it looked really good. Am I going to buy another battery? It's just so I can kind of put that vacuum cleaner in there, because that's another really cool thing that we found out with this video, is that even without the Milwaukee battery in here, this will not fit in that wall mount anymore. I mean, that's gold information, I reckon. Yeah, so no, I'm not going to buy another battery. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave the power head that's in there now. I'm just going to leave it there because, like I said, I'm going to need a spare because I might burn this out. I mean, I went for 15 minutes just before, although I did feel this and it just felt a little bit warm. It didn't feel hot. It didn't feel hot, and that was after like 15 full minutes of using it on high. So that's kind of impressive. I reckon I could have probably gone for another 40 minutes or something, especially considering it had only dropped by 1 bar on the battery here once I double checked it after resetting it with my charger. So yeah, guys, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's really cool. So the only thing that kind of would worry me out of this experience is earlier on when I first started it. Remember, it started surging. I didn't record that live, but I showed you a bit of a clip where it was surging, and then I took the battery out and I put the original battery in and it wasn't surging. I'm hoping that that's the case. It just doesn't surge, but I don't know why it was surging that initial time with my other one at least. So we'll see. But that's it, folks. I'm going to call it. It's been a really long video. If you found it interesting, helpful, or entertaining, please flick us a like. It really does help my channel. Other than that, hit subscribe. Got a bunch of other cool stuff coming up. In fact, check this out. I got this really cool, I think it's a Dyson bladeless fan the other day. I want to get that thing going. So yeah, that's going to be it's going to be a future video pretty soon, I reckon. But folks, I'd like to say thanks again. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Hey guys, guess what? This is giving me an electric shock. I just brought it out. This is probably the 3rd time I've used the actual vacuum cleaner now with the battery adapter in it. And the back of my car was really dirty, and I thought, oh, this is going to be good. I'll get some footage, even though the video's already over. Yeah, and all of a sudden I started getting a jolt, and I started getting an electric shock through the LED indicator on this side. It might be giving me one on the other side, I don't know, but I'll tell you what else is happening. This battery is only 5 minutes old. I've been using this for 5 minutes now. Let me just pull the trigger. That's coming up as red, which means the battery is dead. but it's not, it's only 5 minutes old. But if I turn this around and have a look at the other side, it's actually green. Red and green. So yeah, that's kind of weird, but I am getting a jolt through here because every time I hold it, obviously my hand is touching that, and every 10 to 20 seconds I'm getting an electric shock. Yeah, at first it started coming through really mildly, but the last two were really startling. They were really quite big jolts, so I thought I'd kind of let you guys know. Listen, I'm not going to let this experience put me off. I think these are really great. This might just be a faulty unit, but just FYI, you know, I did take that power head off and I'm still getting it, and it's coming through. Well, I'm still getting the red and green indicators on either side as well, even with this power head off. So what I'll do, because I've got 3 of these V8 units, I'm going to pull the adapter out and I am going to stick it in those other 2 just to make sure that it's happening with those 2. And I'll let you know. I'll write it down at the bottom of the screen because this video is too long now. But I'm going to contact the eBay seller that I bought this through. Just let them know. Hopefully they can send me out another unit. But yeah, other than that, it's really cool. It's a really good thing. Alright, catch you on the next one. Hey guys, just before I get going, I thought I'd give you an idea. I'll show you what I'm going to do to mount this unit to the wall or to the ceiling, or to some beam. A friend of mine gave me this idea. I thought it was really great. If you have a look down here, I just happen to have a spare one of these attachments, and if I didn't have a spare one it wouldn't matter because I would never use this anyway. So what I thought I'd do is actually, if we take this off, there you go, we can take that brush off. I'll just either keep that or throw it out. I've got another one of these, but what I might do is quickly just put a hole in this, just to the top here. You might see where I'm going with this. We're going to hang this off the beam above where my other rack is, and then slot this into it. And yeah, it's just going to hang. It's just going to hang there. So let's quickly do that. Alrighty. Apologies for all these wires. These are all my HDMI cables. This is like a bit of a HDMI splitter that I've got happening here. But you get the idea. I've just got that screwed to one of the bearers underneath my house here. So let me just set you back here and I will clip this back in. Should be cool. Look at that, it's just hanging there. There you go. That's how I'm going to... I mean, that's cool because I can kind of store it with the battery in there, or I can take it out and whenever I need to use it, I just come up here, push the button and it kind of comes out. So, yeah, one of my mates gave me that idea. I thought that was a really cool idea. I've got another one sitting over there. But there you go, folks. I thought I'd just kind of finish the video off with that. Might be an idea for some people. There's a lot of attachments people don't actually use. But thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one.